Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome to the RPJ YouTube channel, and today I'm here with...
A drunk RBM. That's who he's here with.
Yes, indeed, a drunk RBM, and I hope you guys are liking that new graphic that you're seeing on your screen right now. That is the updated graphic for the World War II series. I hope you guys dig it. As we get into the show, we have to recover because last week we got a 69. So this week we're trying to get...
You know who didn't get it? You know who didn't get a 69?
Yeah, SmackDown. SmackDown didn't
Yeah,
get a 69.
your boy on SmackDown. By the way, you talk about a graphic people are seeing. You want to know what I see? I see a folder that says DCM. I see a folder that says not necessary. I see a folder that says Ray and Kyra playing and stuff for essay. Now, what's the stuff for Ray and Kaya playing?
That's me and my niece playing some Granny because she wanted to start a YouTube channel.
Now that's not a euphemism for anything, right? Right?
Say what?
You're not fucking somebody, and that's a folder with all the pics and vids, right?
No, that's my niece.
You're fucking your niece?
No! What the fuck? You're drunk.
No, you walked right into that one.
Okay. You are really drunk. Especially the fact that you think it's just funny.
Oh, I have a very dark sense of humor.
Okay. Alright, we kick things off on the pre-show.
Yes. Go ahead.
And if you guys don't know what he's talking about, I have folders in the back. All you guys see is the game and the graphic, but he sees all my different files that I have. And I have a lot.
I see a folder called promos.
Yes.
And one for WMMA 5. Ooh, what a good game.
Yeah, I love that game.
And
speaking of good games, WWE 2K24. I'm thinking about starting a series with that game, but I just don't know what to do. Or how I'm going to record it. Maybe through remote play in my laptop, but that's just a maybe.
Or get an Elgato capture card.
That's expensive.
Well, fuck you.
How much is an Elgato capture card?
Well, why the fuck are you asking the drunk guy who doesn't record shit or upload shit?
Well, I feel like you maybe have the answer sometimes.
Well, I don't have the answer right now, you son of a bitch.
Elgato capture card. It's like $200, bro.
Yeah? Think of it like an investment.
But could my computer even handle it?
I think it's for like a console. But anyway, we're here for your show, buddy.
Yes.
We're here for... Yeah, tell us what's happening on your show.
All right. Well, on the pre-show, we threw in a 6-man scramble match. First pinfall to a win, and we have JTG, MVP, Brian Kendrick, Raw's newest member to the roster, Drew McIntyre, Zack Ryder, also a new member, and then Shad Gaspard. And so we have a nice 6-way scramble match. The guys are going back and forth in the pre-show, but Drew McIntyre picks up the win when he pins JTG with the Future Shock DDT.
A nice 6-way with guys going back and forth. Where have I seen that video before?
But Drew McIntyre picking up a big victory here. And let's get into the show. Shall we?
No, we shall not.
Do this.
Mm.
We kick things off with a solid 83. So the Brothers
Hey.
of Destruction make their way to the ring. And they're like, talking about how Kane defeated Chris Jericho last week. And as soon as Chris Jericho hears it, he comes out with the Big Show, but they don't go in the ring. They're standing on the stage. And then Chris Jericho claims that Kane got lucky last week. And then the Big Show mocks The Undertaker for losing his streak at WrestleMania and says that The Undertaker is not the same man after losing it. And The Undertaker stays quiet after hearing that because he's just like, damn. Well, who knows what he's like feeling after losing the streak. He hasn't had a match yet to say how he's doing. He hasn't had a match since he lost his streak to Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship, and now he's on Monday Night Raw with his brother Kane, and he's feuding with Jericho. But then Bret Hart comes out, and then Bret Hart, he kind of stops them from arguing, and he says, Kane, you have a championship decision to make. You defeated the WWE champion last week. You get to choose what you do with that, whatever it may be that he wants to do with being the number one contender. But they don't have good chemistry, so you can imagine what I'm going to do here with these four. But yeah, nothing leads up to anything here. It's just them arguing. But Kane cuts an intense promo in there. He's talking about how badly he wants to be WWE champion. He wants to be a champion, and now that he's got his brother here on Raw, they're going to be unstoppable together. And he just cuts a really intense promo. That's what I really wanted here. I wanted him to let out all of his emotions and just show his dark side here in this promo. Because I want to do big things with Kane coming out of WrestleMania season. He's got a big win over the Big Show at WrestleMania, so let's see if we can keep pushing Kane and see what we can do with him in storyline wise. But good stuff here. And then The Miz, he confronts Bret Hart as soon as Bret Hart walks into the backstage area. The Miz is waiting for him, and he says he is furious after losing the United States Championship last week to John Cena, and he's just really upset. He's just like, why did I even agree to that match? I would still be the champion right now. And Bret Hart says, remember, you still got your rematch clause. You get your match at any show you want. And The Miz says he wants his match at Judgment Day, and Bret Hart makes it official. So as you guys may know, Vince McMahon got hit with an AA last week on Raw, and he was sent to a local hospital. And apparently Bret Hart is still managing things here on Raw while Vince McMahon sits out with his injury. And Bret Hart doing some big things here. He's making changes here on Raw. The first change he made was John Cena picking up the United States Championship. Well, it wasn't his change, but he booked that match, and that's what happened. So Bret Hart doing some big things. And I'm sure Vince McMahon is not happy about that, since John Cena is the reason why he's in a hospital. That he got sent to the hospital because of John Cena. So I'm sure he's not happy about him being the United States champion. Even though it was his decision to trade him to Raw in the first place. But
Well, no, it wasn't. Cena lost his loser leaves SmackDown match, which was made by Austin. So it wasn't his decision.
Oh, so everything makes even more sense now. So Vince McMahon's just not happy with John Cena being on Raw in the first place.
In fact, you should be mad at Austin for putting Vince in that situation, because Austin made that match and made Cena lose that match, forcing Vince to get Cena then Cena then put Vince in the hospital. So again, Vince is like, fuck Austin.
Oh. All right. Cool.
All right.
And then we get into a nice little match here. We have Edge defeating John Morrison in 15:01 with a spear following interference from Christian. So continuing the feud with John Morrison and Edge and Christian. Edge picking up a big win over John Morrison. Edge is here on Raw, and he put on a decent match with John Morrison. I was hoping for this match to do better, like maybe a 70, but I'll take a 64. It's decent.
Well, even more exciting, both of them got a 69. So, so we can now say Edge and John Morrison have 69 each other.
Okay. So after the match, Edge and Christian lay a beat down on John Morrison, and RVD comes out for the save and scares Edge and Christian off. So continuing the storyline, RVD helps John Morrison. What is this going to lead up to? Most likely a tag team match between Edge and Christian and John Morrison and RVD. But good stuff. That seems like a good match to me. That just sounds like a good match. I would watch that match.
You would watch a lot of matches.
Not really.
You would.
I mean, sometimes it's interesting, you know? Like, you just want to see what they do. What they put together.
I could send you a match of Shark Boy and James Ellsworth and say, trust me, bro, there's some crazy shit that happens. And you'd watch it. All I'd have to say is, trust me, there's some crazy stuff.
I would watch that match anyways.
Yeah. Have you seen the classic Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan?
No.
You should watch that.
Okay.
All right, folks. There you have it.
All right, so Bret Hart is shown walking backstage because he's got a segment next. Bret the Hitman Hart is coming out. What is going to happen? All right, so Bret Hart says that he wants extreme action here on Raw. So the next match will be a hardcore match. So Bret Hart saying he thinks that Monday Night Raw needs to get extreme. So he's going to book a hardcore match coming up next.
That's possibly the most uncharacteristic thing I've ever heard Bret Hart say. Someone as boring as Bret Hart being like, we need some extremeness here. You know what Bret Hart, technical masterclass, would say, we need a hardcore match.
I don't know. Maybe he's watched some ECW recently, and he's just like, man, this is such good shit.
Hey, dude, they were on something there. Fuck me,
All right, so the next match is going to be a hardcore match. Let's see how it does.
Sorry about that.
A 55. Great.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Definitely because it was a hardcore match.
Definitely because it was Kofi and Cody in a hardcore match.
Does it say it was done in front of a hot crowd? But there's nothing here saying it was because it was a hardcore match. So I guess they're just not good at hardcore.
Well, I see a lot of morale. So, yeah, that's one thing. They're not good at morale. They don't have good morale. Yeah. Which, I mean, go figure, them being on the B show constantly would probably make me pretty sad,
Kofi was penalized for low morale. Cody Rhodes was penalized.
Yeah, because they're constantly on the B show.
Kofi Kingston was penalized for an awful gimmick. We got to change Kofi Kingston's gimmick. Got to remember that. All right, so next segment.
You won't.
All right, so Mr. McMahon is surprised. I mean, no. Mr. Okay,
He's
so
what?
So after the hardcore match, Mr. McMahon comes out. He comes out in a neck brace. And
because falling on his back broke his neck.
Let's say the AA fell on his head.
So he took a burning hammer.
Yeah, he took a
Or a
burning
brain
hammer.
buster?
He took a brain buster. So Mr. McMahon comes out, and then Bret Hart comes out to his surprise. Vince McMahon's back, and then John Cena comes out, and he's just like,
Hey, surprise! Mr. McMahon's back. Sorry about that.
so John Cena says that things were better when you were gone, Mr. McMahon. And Mr. McMahon says, you know what? I'll let Bret Hart run things tonight, but I want Raw back next week. And then John Cena was like, no. Things were so much better. And then Bret Hart was like, Bret Hart was like, I want to run things. I had a great time running Raw, and I want to continue running Raw. And then Vince McMahon's like, well, that's too bad. I'm the owner of this company. And then John Cena says, I bet you won't put Raw's ownership on the line in a match at Judgment Day. And then Mr. McMahon says, hell, I will. And then The Miz comes out, and then
Why would he make that match?
then Mr. McMahon makes the match. It's going to be
Why
John
did he make that match?
John Cena versus The Miz, which was already happening for the United States Championship. But if John Cena wins, Bret Hart will have full control of Monday Night Raw. But if The Miz
Holy
wins,
shit.
Mr. McMahon will continue to be the owner of Monday Night Raw.
Holy shit, Vince is a dumbass. He could easily just say, fuck you, you're my employee. But no, he's like, you know what? I'll take that bet. And you're gonna fight The Miz, who you beat last week handily.
Let's say that John Cena like tests out Mr. McMahon. You know, he just pushes his buttons to get him to accept the match.
He's like, you know what? Austin would accept this challenge. Hell, he would. I'll accept it. God damn it.
So Bret Hart could be the new owner of Monday Night Raw.
And as you've seen in all the segments before, he would have such thrilling promos.
Yeah. The show hasn't been so good so far. Alright, so then Layla and AJ Lee come out, and they make an open challenge to any two divas out there in the roster, in the back. If you're here tonight, they're making an open challenge to any two divas on the roster. And it's accepted by two local talent.
Well, they're not on the roster, so they can't.
They were in the back, though. They were in the back. So if you're in the back, the offer is available to you. And it's accepted by Shelly Martinez and Serena. And AJ Lee and Layla defeat Shelly Martinez and Serena in 5 minutes when AJ Lee pinned Shelly Martinez with the Shining Wizard. AJ Lee getting better with the 53.
Yeah, she was almost had the same rating as two local talent.
Well, she didn't, though. She did better.
Slightly better because she was on TV. She's been on TV for months. Well, two local talents that came out of bumfuck out of nowhere nearly matched her rating.
AJ Lee's going to take some time to build, but I'm with it.
All right.
And then after the match, Gail Kim and Kelly come out and say that they want a match against Layla and AJ Lee. And it's set up next week. We'll have Gail Kim and Kelly Kelly versus Layla and AJ Lee in a tag team match. Good stuff. And then Bret Hart announces that tonight's big main event is going to be Chris Jericho versus The Undertaker for the WWE Championship. The former World Heavyweight Champion, The Undertaker, will face off against Chris Jericho, the WWE Champion, here tonight. The title's up for grabs. What is going to happen? Will The Undertaker become the new WWE Champion after losing the streak at WrestleMania? We will find out if The Undertaker has what it takes here tonight against the defending champion Chris Jericho. And then Mr. Kennedy comes out and he cuts a promo and he's just like, I almost had Triple H at WrestleMania, but I came oh so close to making him say I quit. But it doesn't matter because that was in the past. And now I am focused on the future and I plan on going straight to the top and becoming WWE Champion. And then the Hurricane comes out and he's like,
Oh my God.
What's up with that? You can't. He's just like, you can't beat me. I bet if you face me off in a match, I bet you couldn't beat me. And Mr. Kennedy gets pissed off. He's just like, hell, I can't beat you. You're a jobber. And then the Hurricane's like, what's up with that? You can't beat me. And then it sets up a match coming up next. Mr. Kennedy versus the Hurricane. And then in a decent match, the Hurricane defeats Mr. Kennedy in 821 by pinfall with a Nightmare on Helm Street.
Oh, fuck Mr. Kennedy, I guess.
The Hurricane picking up a huge victory here on Raw. And Mr. Kennedy, angry at his big loss, the Hurricane runs away and is more than happy. So Mr. Kennedy is just super pissed off at the Hurricane, and the Hurricane is living the dream. He just picked up a big win, gaining some momentum here on Monday Night Raw.
Guys, I'm going to be honest. I think beating Raw this week is going to be really easy.
Yeah, this show has not been so good.
All right, keep going.
So Maurice confronts Trish Stratus backstage, and she reminds her that she's the number one contender for the Divas Championship, and she might as well use the match that she earned at Judgment Day. So it's going to be Maurice versus Trish Stratus at Judgment Day for the Divas Championship. It's official. It's going to be Trish Stratus defending the Divas Championship against, what's her face? Maurice. Divas Championship on the line. And then let's book the other match we had, which is John Cena versus The Miz. What's John Cena's popularity? Damn, he should be way higher.
Well, it's probably because he's been losing a lot of matches on SmackDown. So thank your boy, RBM.
You gotta build Super Cena back up.
Yeah.
I don't think we had any more matches announced yet. right. And the main event gets a 78. That's a good main event. It's not the best, but it's good. In a superb match, Chris Jericho defeats The Undertaker in 22-14 by submission with the Walls of Jericho. So he makes him tap out. Or maybe The Undertaker just gets passed out. Let's say The Undertaker gets hit with the knockout punch by the Big Show, and then Chris Jericho goes for the Walls of Jericho, and The Undertaker is already knocked out. So he just passes out, and the ref calls for the bell. And still, the WWE champion, Chris Jericho. So,
All right.
a big win. I was checking why the match didn't do better, because Jericho with an 85 and Taker with a 75. The Undertaker should have performed way better, though. But it was a good match. It was a good main event. I'll take it. I'll take a 78. And then after the match, Chris Jericho and the Big Show attack on The Undertaker. And then Kane comes out. He comes out with Slow Chemical. That's his theme song on Raw. You know?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Go ahead. Keep going.
The wonder of the world is gone. I know for sure. And then he just beats.
Thank God you don't have a music career.
He just beats the shit out of Chris Jericho and the Big Show. And he takes off his mask.
Oh, I thought you said he was going to take off his pants. I was like, oh, God.
Kane takes off his mask and goes ballistic. He goes on a rampage, beating the shit out of Chris Jericho and the Big Show. And then Bret Hart comes out, and then he says, Kane, you beat the WWE champion last week, and I think we got to solve these issues. I say that you use your number one contendership to face off for the tag team championships at Judgment Day. It's going to be Jericho versus the Brothers of Destruction for the tag team championships at Judgment Day.
All right, so Kane is using his WWE title shot for the tag titles, a completely different title.
No, he beat the tag team champion, so he could.
Yeah, but he also beat the WWE champion.
But he wants a match for the tag titles.
Okay.
Because they have bad chemistry.
All right, let me. All right, so what do you think this show's gonna get?
75. Hopefully.
All right.
Hopefully a 75.
All right. How would you describe this show?
Decent.
All right. Let me read you off a few messages, and let me read off YouTube to the YouTube a few messages. You're going down, bruh. No, the fuck, I'm not. Just staying the same. Raw's gonna shock the world, man. As in shockingly bad for Raw's standards and shockingly low ratings. No, we're gonna kick your ass. To add to that, we're gonna put on the same shows, the best shows in Raw history. It's a battle because I believe you put on some damn good SmackDowns. But like I said, by the way, there's no punctuations in anything RPJ said. But like I said, we're gonna shock the world, man. No period. I've had one beer. What? One glass of Chardonnay. What? A shot of gin. What? And a margarita. What? And I'll still whoop your ass. LMAO, you still ain't beating me. I was high as fuck. And I said, and I'll be drunk as fuck booking mine. LMAO, good. Still no period. Now I'm more sober. You're fucked now, buddy. By the way, I spelled that YOU''RE. So even when I was drunk, I was still more grammatically correct than RPJ. I don't know about that. I'm no apostrophe, no comma. I'm confident in my show, no period. I'm no comma. Gonna take a shower real quick, then we can roll, no period. How many times have I heard that? Oh yeah, each and every time you lost. I win sometimes, but it's gonna be a contest now. Oh yeah. Let's see that show ratings, see how much of a contest it is.
I'm hoping for better than a 69.
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see this. A 70. It's better than a 69. I'll take it.
Just barely. All right. So I
We're
followed that
improving.
up with stop lying. We'll see if the show's better than a 69, RPJ said. And then I said, you winning, in quotation marks, was only setting me up for a greater victory. And then RPJ said, I got to start gaining momentum again. No period. Yeah, not for long. This is him following up what he said. Yeah, not for long. That was last season. Wait till I start cooking. There was no punctuations in that sentence
I'm
whatsoever.
cooking, bro. We got a 69 last week and a 70
And
this
then
week.
I said, "This is what you're cooking," and it was a bunch of burnt ass food.
You want to see it, guys?
It was a picture of burnt ass food.
This is it, guys. He sent me this.
Yeah, and RPJ didn't respond. He knew he was cooked. He sobered up and he was like, "Fuck, this show is terrible."
It wasn't
Why the
bad.
fuck would I ever think Bret Hart could put on a good promo and then make him the authority figure who has a lot of promos and segments?
Is he going to be the new authority figure of Raw going forward, though? We will find out at Judgment Day.
Does Vince McMahon have autism for booking that match instead of just saying, fuck you, I'm still in charge? We will find out.
All right, good stuff.
Fucking what did you just say? Good stuff?
We're improving, bro. We're improving everybody.
You know what? Technically, you are improving. This is better than a 69.
Bro, we have to improve Edge. We got to improve The Undertaker, John Cena. They've been taking L's like crazy on SmackDown.
What the hell are you talking about? Undertaker lost once. Granted, I'll give you John Cena, but Edge, he was the tag champs for a good month with Christian.
He was in the tag team division, bro. We got to build him up to the main event division now.
You saying the tag titles is a demotion?
I'm saying it ain't the world heavyweight title.
What I'm saying is that it is a heavyweight title, and it's what you make of it. Hell, Jay Lethal, when he was the TV champ for ROH, he was the most prestigious champion. He was more. He had the more. He made that title more prestigious than the world title. It's what you make of it.
All right, bro.
But yeah, I mean, also Edge being the tag title division just goes to show how stacked the heavyweight division was.
True.
But by the way, if you want to tune into the A show, tune into SmackDown and watch me cook this fool.
I would love this show in real life. I would love it. I would like it.
Bunch of promos. Edge versus John Morrison, Cody versus Kofi, Hurricane beating Mr. Kennedy after Mr. Kennedy was feuding with Triple H. I guess he's getting sent back down the card. And Chris Jericho versus Undertaker. Now, that would be a good match. I'll give you that. That would be a damn good match. All right, but that's going to do it for this show, folks.
Hope you guys enjoyed. This is RPJ with
RBM.
and we are signing off. Peace.
You lousy sons of bitches. Fuck you. I hope you all die.